Today, my guest is the head of the Merchants and Producers Union, Sevgim Rahmanov. Welcome to our studio. Thank you. Today, we'll discuss the transition to one window principle applied in tax system. What can you say about it, about its goals? Today, the goal of this system is to reduce the contact between tax employees and the opposite side, which should reduce the risk of corruption. And it actually reduces it. Besides, I must say that you can use automatic tellers, ATMs, in foreign countries to do shopping, but it's not the case in Azerbaijan. There are many shortages of trade in Azerbaijan. It needs revolutionary reforms. There are no rules for launching trade objects. Lack of relevant documents leads to chaos. ATMs can be used in big shops, but it cannot be used in small shops. There is no need for it. But in the foreign countries, the ATMs are used in bus stops, metro as well. But it's not the case in Azerbaijan either. Lack of ATMs, automatic teller machines, leads to high circulation. The bus stops, the parking points are controlled by three state-run agencies: the executive power of districts, the municipality offices, and the transport ministry. There's a great amount of funds here. I cannot comment on the amount of money. No one calculates it but there is money laundering, and there is need for new rules with the intent to remove it. Azerbaijan is lacking law on trade. How is it trade is regulated in Azerbaijan if there is no rule? No, the trade in Azerbaijan is regulated under decision number 80 of Azerbaijani Cabinet of Ministers. But it has already been outdated and it doesn't meet today's requirements. And there is no world country lacking trade law. The Ministry of Economic Development was established on the base of the Ministry of Trade, but it does not contain any trade department that deals with trade issues. Let's say a person wants to open a shop. We see frequently that persons build another door in his apartment on the ground floor of the building and launch a shop. How are these regulated? It had been regulated until 2003 because there was a need for an approval from Economic Development Ministry, whose employees came to the scene, viewed the documents, and then gave approval. But this is not the case at present. Corruption is also a fact here. Baku officials usually say that there are 400,000 illegal constructions in Baku. And how many illegal shops have been built in the building? There are established amount of bribes for such illegal actions, according to the press. A number of people are dealing with the seasonal trade. But there is no decision of the Cabinet of Ministers. The Cabinet of Ministers has not passed a decision on how to regulate seasonal trade. It is left to the executive heads. The executive heads of the districts make the decisions on their own. It would be better that the Cabinet of Ministers regulate it, rather than leaving it to the executive heads, which pave way for the bribe. And the President announced anti-corruption fight 3 months ago. And what is the anti-corruption fight in trade sphere? I think the root of the corruption, bribery, the system should be removed. It will be no useful just to arrest some low-ranking employees without removing the root of corruption. Thank you for coming to our studio. Today my guest was the head of the Merchants and Producers Union, Sevgim Rahmanov.